Are you stuck in a rut, despite your best efforts? You work hard, stay positive, do everything right, yet find yourself in the same place month after month. That feeling of being held back by an invisible force, a silent saboteur. I know it well. For years, I blamed bad luck or a lack of talent. The truth? It wasn't my circumstances, it was my internal programming, my deeply ingrained mental models. These are the subconscious beliefs that dictate your actions, your income, your relationships, and even your perceived limitations. And the scariest part? You didn't choose them, they were inherited, implanted. If you've been told money is dirty, success is for the lucky, or that you're not the type to achieve great things, your mental models will work overtime to keep you believing it even if you consciously desire a different life. This creates a paradox: you crave different results, yet your thoughts and actions remain the same. This was my reality. I toiled away in a dead-end job, struggling financially, always dreaming of something more, yet feeling perpetually stuck. Then I discovered mental models. It was a revelation. I wasn't broken, I was wrongly programmed. Shifting my focus from fighting the world to changing my internal landscape was transformative, but not easy. Every time I tried to advance, a wall of fear, a physical discomfort, a gut-wrenching dread would appear, whispering, "You can't. This isn't for you. Go back to what's safe." That icy feeling in your stomach when you contemplate a leap of faith. It's not a sign to quit, it's proof you're pushing your limits. It's the terror barrier, and it separates those who remain stagnant from those who soar. It's the moment of truth. Do you run from the discomfort, or embrace it? I chose to embrace it, to actively seek the discomfort because that's where the old, limiting me shattered. Each time I pushed through that fear, my mental model weakened, and my new normal, one of greater prosperity and freedom, grew stronger. Now, when I see someone paralyzed by opportunity, I see the same fear in their eyes. I ask them, will you let this old program dictate your future? The answer is always within them, but they must choose. They must decide to stop letting the past write their present. If this resonates with you, it's not a coincidence. You're not broken, your programming is outdated, and you can rewrite it. But change doesn't start with a new job or a new relationship, it starts within, with a decision, with courage, with self-awareness, and with the unwavering commitment to keep going even when the old you tries to pull you back. It will. But if you keep moving forward, one step at a time, you'll look back and say, that's when it all started to change. It can start today. The most significant transformation in my life began with something most people overlook: repetition. It's unglamorous, not instantly revolutionary, but it's the bedrock of change. You become what you repeatedly do. People crave magical transformations, overnight successes, but the mind learns through consistent input. What you repeat becomes your truth. Want wealth, freedom, health? Daily feeding your mind scarcity, fear, and doubt will manifest those realities. To change results, change the content of your mind and repeat it until it becomes automatic. For years, I absorbed negativity, that money is hard-earned, success requires a degree, that I had to settle for less. Even after delving into self-improvement, the old beliefs lingered, resurfacing after every inspirational book or seminar. The only way to uproot those deeply entrenched beliefs is to plant new ones, daily, in the same space. I created the habit of daily listening to specific audio programs, often the same recordings for weeks. The result? My thoughts shifted, my feelings changed, and my actions followed suit. I remember being in my car, heading to a meeting, and the old voice whispering, "You're not ready. They'll think you're ridiculous." But this time, a stronger voice countered, "You're capable. You're a problem solver. You're ready." That new voice, the product of consistent repetition, was my new program taking form. This isn't about a one-time listen or a social media share. It's about embedding powerful ideas until they replace the old ones. You learned your name, how to walk and talk, through repetition. Why would changing your life be any different? You're bombarded with negativity, the news, conversations, social media. You choose what fills your mind, or the world will choose for you, and it's usually not what propels you forward. My 6-minute a-day program was born from this understanding, a daily dose of positive reinforcement shaping a new identity. An identity is destiny. I saw this with Michael. Drowning in debt and fresh from a divorce, he was miserable in his job. He stumbled upon my work, tried my program, committing to daily listening for 90 days. At the end of those 90 days, he started his own business, not because he became an overnight entrepreneur, but because he saw himself differently. He shifted from viewing himself as a failure to a valuable man. This simple shift, repeated daily, unlocked opportunities he hadn't even considered. The mind only recognizes what it believes it deserves. This may seem small, but neuroscience confirms, daily repetition strengthens synaptic connections. The more you repeat a thought, the stronger it becomes, the more automatic it is. You have a choice: continue repeating what the world feeds you, or start repeating what you want your life to become. Start small, a phrase, an idea, 6 minutes a day. Over time, you'll realize the person you become is simply a result of what you choose to listen to, every day. After studying human behavior for decades, I've learned your most valuable asset isn't money, it's time. And ironically, it's the resource most wasted. How often have you said, "I don't have time"? That's a lie. We all have 24 hours. The difference isn't in the hours available, but what you do with them. "I don't have time" translates to, "it's not a priority." That's fine, but spending years saying it, then wondering why nothing changed is a problem. I used to believe I had no time outside of work, but if you'd followed me around, you'd see hours spent consuming negativity, getting lost in unproductive tasks. That was time I could have used for growth. A University of California study showed adults waste over 2 hours daily on unproductive digital distractions, over 700 hours annually. What could you build with 700 hours? We're not taught to treat time as an asset, but as something to trade for money and waste, relaxing. True rest comes from a life that feels purposeful. Even 5 minutes can make a difference. Instead of grabbing your phone, listen to an uplifting audio. Instead of negative conversations, reaffirm your goals. 5 minutes shifts your day from autopilot to conscious control. That accumulates, shaping who you become, pulling you from inertia. I used to wake up late, frantic, scattered. I decided to wake up 6 minutes earlier to connect with something uplifting. It seemed insignificant, but my days gained direction, my mind clarity, my productivity increased. I didn't gain time, I stopped wasting it. Changing your relationship with time changes your relationship with life. Each moment lost to chaos, distraction, fear, is a moment lost building what you're meant to be. If you're stuck, start small. Identify one unproductive habit or conversation and redirect that time. Time isn't lacking, direction and decision are. The day you take control of your minutes, you'll realize that behind the excuse, "I don't have time," lies enormous potential waiting to be unleashed. You will never achieve results beyond your self-belief. Your self-image, what you see when you close your eyes, is your reality's true thermostat. It dictates what you accept, reject, tolerate, and pursue. Most think results stem from effort, knowledge, and opportunity, but the root is self-perception. If you see yourself as limited or ordinary, that's what life reflects. You may achieve more temporarily, but without identity change, you'll self-sabotage and revert. I've seen it countless times: talented, intelligent people with weak self-images. They enter good relationships but act undeserving, start new jobs only to feel small and out of place. This isn't bad luck, it's self-limiting programming. Unlocking your potential, from cleaning rooms to building empires. We all have a story, a narrative we tell ourselves about who we are. It shapes our choices, dictates our actions, and ultimately, defines our reality. This isn't some mystical mumbo-jumbo, it's the simple truth of how our self-image impacts our lives. I remember a woman, a hotel housekeeper, who secretly listened to my messages while she worked. She wrote, expressing a newfound sense of self-worth, a realization that her life wasn't just about cleaning up other people's messes. 2 years later, she'd launched her own cleaning business. The sparkle in her eyes? It wasn't the money, it was the profound shift in how she saw herself. This isn't about your boss, your job, or your paycheck. It's about the invisible mirror of your mind. How often do you hear yourself saying, "I'm not good with numbers," or "I'm not a salesperson," or even, "I can't focus"? These self-limiting beliefs, repeated over time, become shackles, forging an identity that holds you back. They are not truths, but self-fulfilling prophecies, often rooted in childhood experiences. Remember being labeled stubborn, slow, or lazy. We internalize those labels, believing them without question. But here's the good news: just as self-image can be built, it can be rebuilt. It's the most important project you'll ever undertake. Because when you change how you see yourself, everything changes. Think about Jim Carrey. Before his mega success, he wrote himself a check for $10 million, dated 5 years in the future. He carried it in his wallet, constantly reinforcing the image of his future self. 5 years later, he landed a deal for exactly that amount. Call it coincidence, I call it internal consistency. He embodied the man who deserved success, and reality followed suit. This isn't a magic trick, though. It demands purpose, practice, self-awareness, and unwavering persistence. Treat yourself with respect, challenge those negative self-talks. Replace "I can't" with "I can, I will, I'm learning." It's not just about saying it, it's about feeling it. Act the part, even if it feels forced at first. Embody the person you aspire to be. Over time, the acting becomes reality. This transformation isn't about wishing, it's about aligning your frequency with your desired outcome. Grab a pen and paper, define the person you need to be to live your ideal life. How do they think, act, speak, spend their time? Embrace this new identity daily, wear it like a suit, inhabit it completely. The universe doesn't respond to wishes, it responds to your energetic vibration. It's time to choose your role. Will you be the supporting character in your own life or the star? The choice, and the change, begins within. Your results don't change by chance, they change when you do. That starts internally, in your thoughts, your self-perception, and how you spend your time. If this resonates, don't stop here. The next video will take you further on this journey of self-discovery. Let's continue this together. Thanks for watching.